Deep Sea Dancing, the center platform in the middle. A little bit like Kalos from the Super Smash Bros. Series. Not at all affiliated with Flash Party. Just another platform fighter to think about. Both players pretty even percentages right now, but SnessFresh able to put Incine into the blender for a little bit now, but Incine able to find his way out. Of course, Cupid's small body, but hard-hitting moves means it'll be a little harder for SnessFresh to find his usual moves. And, well, SnessFresh has yet to actually fight a Cupid in Flashpoint. We'll see if the matchup... We'll see if he gets matchup checked, but knowing Sness, if he gets beaten here, it'll be because of pure funnies and not a matchup. Speaking of it, well, I don't know what I'm speaking of, but I do know what I should be speaking about is that Incine has managed to take the first stock off of SnessFresh, drawing first blood in this winner's final set of Flashpoint 10. Of course, both these players will be receiving a monetary payout at the end. Right, they're just fighting for more of the, or they're fighting for the lion's share of the $35 prize pot. SnessFresh able to clean up that first stock just quickly as Incine cleaned up his. And we're back to a level playing field. Both players projectile heavy, Cupid with the forward ones. You know, SnessFresh able to spawn these sort of hunking tower tornadoes. And saying, you know what, SnessFresh, if you want to keep your distance, I can keep it too. And you know what, I think my projectiles might be a little bit better than yours. But SnessFresh saying, you know what, if your projectiles may be better, but my CQC game is absolutely better. So we'll see. This is going to be a game of zoners going in close, is what I like to put it, because both these players can absolutely zone their opponent out. But that being said, when both players are zoners, someone's got to come in. Someone's got to make the move. Someone has got to take the W, and right now it's looking like SnessFresh looking a little bit lost at the start, but managing to find his footing very quickly. Almost gets the grab, which that backthrow from ledge would have absolutely killed. But meanwhile, spawning out these clouds is Incine right now, trying to make something work. Air dodge down, potentially anticipating a neutral special, but SnessFresh no punish on it. Just running up and getting the up tilt. Meanwhile, SnessFresh air dodging out of the way, using SnessFresh's large mobility, even though it's slow, to get out of dodge. And Incine air dodging down out of the neutral special, but SnessFresh following up with that dash attack. 156 on Cupid, getting the wave dash on to solid ground, but lands right into that tornado, and SnessFresh able to take that second stock with the up air. And right now, SnessFresh is looking to do SnessFresh things against Incine right now. Go neutral special into the projectile, into the up air. Incine trying to close out the second stock as soon as possible. Both these players have been trading stocks back and forth. Ooh, tries to get the point blank charge again, but SnessFresh is a little too wise for that. You're a little too experienced for that, honestly. Neutral are coming out. A lot of other lands they love to use the side Bs into neutral airs, but SnessFresh I find very rarely ever throws out these neutral airs. But when he does, it's usually for good effect. And right now, Incine being put in the blender, in the traditional SNES blender, uses the falling projectiles from the cloud to cover his recovery downwards. Actually, catching SnessFresh a little off there, sending out 3 clouds, and honestly just using them as bait right now. It's a good effect. Honestly, the threat of the clouds being there is sometimes enough to force your opponent to do wild options, including going low, but Incine able to capitalize and bring things to a last stock situation. We'll see if SnessFresh is able to close it out, or if Incine will clutch things out on his end. Both players playing very patiently right now, playing the zoning game, using the side B to get out of dodge, and SnessFresh not necessarily ready. I thought there was a lag issue and SnessFresh was about to SD there, but no such thing. Using air dodges down to stage. SnessFresh still with an 80% lead, 90% lead now. It gets the dash attack, and Incine put into a disadvantaged state. Potentially a game-ending one. Ooh. A little late on that up air, but gives Incine a lease on life, but it's only a temporary one, because if he doesn't find an answer soon, SnessFresh will absolutely be taking this game number 1. But it might be a little too soon to call it early. Already going down to 1 minute on the clock. Jumps over the grab, gets a neutral air to upper combo, gets projectile game going. Going low, but goes around the cloud projectiles, but Incine throwing himself down there, gets the neutral air. edge guard. Going once again, trying to go for these edge guards. But not quite working out. Ooh, gets hit with a neutral special, but no follow-up from SnessFresh. Very intense, both players at kill percent. The ball is in Incine's court right now. He has to make something work. SnessFresh holding that shield for such a long time, almost shield breaking. Tries to get that up air off. Projectile not landing from Incine, but that up air sent. Oh my god. That up air sent at such a weird angle that I literally thought that Incine would have lived that, but it was just enough to get the kill on SnessFresh, taking game 1. We are in for a hot set, ladies and gentlemen. That was the best DI that Incine possibly could have done, and it still wasn't enough to survive that up air. Oh, the neutral B sticker, I see. Yeah. Oh yeah. Land's new sticker is arguably the best new sticker they added to the game. But yeah, jumping into game 2 on face-off. No more Kalos platform to deal with. Instead, we have just a Final Destination-esque stage. No platforms, just 2 people on a flat platform with a few blast zones on the sides and the top and the bottom. Almost getting the spike, and Incine off to a strong start in this game number 2. Gets the forward smash as well. Projectile almost killing there as well. Only 1% of damage. And Incine gets the spike as well. I think we've seen our the first ever recorded 1 to death in history. Or, I don't know. Anyways, up tilts and up airs. Incine coming into the second game, ripped, roaring, and rocking as we have going up a full stock here. An insane 0 to death, or almost 0 to death to start off the game. SnessFresh getting put on the back foot early. But the same thing happened last game, and SnessFresh looking to go deep with these forward air edge guards, but not quite landing. It would have been a great way to even things out, but eats a side B forward. 73% already on the second stock, and this game is basically just started. We'll see what they're able to do here. Ooh, side B whiff from SnessFresh. Ooh, but actually gets caught with the neutral B. I actually didn't see that. Potentially put it under the stage and had it rise up through. That's actually kind of snazzy from Sness. Go with his little trickster moves, but you know what? You gotta do what you gotta do to win. And right now, Incine is firmly in control, but SnessFresh chasing Incine all the way to the top, catching him stalling at the top and landing that up air, sending him to the blast zone, but still 104% to make up from SnessFresh here. Will he be able to make things work, or will Incine take this game number 2, as he's been pretty likely to do, going low to try and avoid those shots? But oh, actually, yeah, SnessFresh using those aerials to hit those shots out of the air and giving him a safe path to recovery, using the projectile to create a I think that's like a sound barrier on the clouds. I could be wrong. Chat, if I'm wrong, please correct me. Because you know what? I'm a little bit dumb sometimes. Well, I'm a little bit dumb a lot of times, but what I do try to be is hype. And right now, this set is deserving of a lot of hype. 160% on Sness already. 170 projectile coming out. Just air dodging out of the way and saving his second stock life. Kenji going for a 2-frame down air there. Not quite connecting. Meanwhile, the neutral specials coming out full force for Sness. Oh, almost was in grab range. Incine almost managed to land a grab on SnessFresh, but just out of range. SnessFresh wave dashing onto there. Ooh, fakes or releases the projectile early and goes for the up tilt that kills SnessFresh, bringing down the last stock. But 80% already. Sness has absolutely brought this back despite losing that first stock very, very early. This has basically been an uneven game from the start, and yet SnessFresh has somehow made it almost even. Has yet to be touched on this last stock. He fakes a down B maybe, but now Incine able to find a rebuttal, gets the projectile, catches the drift down. Using the cloud early, not getting those 4 projectiles out, but enough to force SnessFresh to hug the stage to recover, sending his clouds out once again, wave dashing onto stage. Parries the neutral air, not able to get much off of it, but a forward air. We'll use the back air to snuff out that projectile. Very good move from SnessFresh, but falls! Gets the neutral get up, is caught by the forward smash, and Incine takes game number 2. Hot sets alert. If I had a social media team, I would absolutely be talking to them about this right now. And actually, SnessFresh jumping onto the Macalon. We know SNES's land is good, but his Macalon, I would argue, is just as. And we are actually seeing a switch onto the Macalon. I don't know if this is the play. It's a bigger body for Incine to cover. It's a bigger body for him to shoot. But, you know, if there's anyone that can make it work, it's SnessFresh. So, we are now, it's basically a pools match at this point. First to 3 wins. But we'll see what happens. Incine definitely has the momentum after that second game, but SnessFresh not one to be deterred by momentum. As an ad break comes in and ruins the momentum of the set. We jump into game number 3 here. If you would like to watch this set in full, please watch it on YouTube or subscribe to the Shadowx VG or SDocs Twitch channel so you can watch these tournaments ad-free. But meanwhile, jumping into Train Extended game number 3, SnessFresh playing the Patient Macalon game, snuffing out these aerials with Macalon's large hitboxes. Or snuffing out the projectile, sorry, my bad. However, the downside of that is Incine has already built up the grab meter, which, as you all know, Cupid's charge grabs aren't necessarily kill throws, but they will tack on a lot of damage. Of course, both players playing this very, very patiently right now, trying to make any which thing work right now. Ooh, going aggressive with the downer and pays for it with a large conversion from Incine. Up airs, forward airs, neutral airs, all the aerials coming out. And like I said before, Macalon's huge body means he is combo fodder for someone like Cupid. So far, the counterfig not necessarily working out. So using the cloud to stall the landing and catching SnessFresh a little unaware. These down airs are not hitting for SnessFresh. Charge a little bit of charge on that projectile, not hitting though. Oh, went for the huge upbeat to take it off the top. Only eats a back air as punishment though. Ooh, and side B is out of the way and gets another one. You can actually side B twice. I did not know that, but just as Macalon can do that, Cupid can also side B twice. One to go off, one to get the hit onto SNES. 124% already. This is looking dicey. Ooh, dash attack. But the ensuing aerial gets parried and SnessFresh lands a grab. And these down airs from Macalon, some of the strongest. Misses the ledge. Gets the second of what? He upbeat, he missed the ledge. I thought he ST, but he made, I think, land on the cloud. And someone's gonna have to explain that to me because I'm, again, unfamiliar with Cupid's shenanigans. The important thing to note is, though, that Incine's first stock is still alive and kicking. He is staying in this advantage state. SnessFresh playing the most patient Macalon game I have ever seen, which, well, to be fair, he needs to do. And the projectile actually, that back throw would have absolutely killed from ledge, but that projectile comes out and saves Incine. Insane move from insane plays from Incine, saving his stock with a little bit of projectile game and the dash attack. Not sending. There is some Cupid shenanigans going on right now that I'm all too unfamiliar with, but they are keeping Incine in the game, saying that, you know, I have fought many Macalons in my lifetime, and you are just another victim on my hit list. Forward air comes out, projectile ends SnessFresh's first stock. Incine 79%. What kind of extra credit can we see here? Going for these downers and Incine perfectly spacing around them. I thought they were absolutely going to hit at least one, but spacing on all 3 of those down airs. And up air into down air, not quite spiking. Macalon's a heavy boy and it's an amazing recovery, but gets the wave dash landing into the back throw. SnessFresh only 48%. Can easily bring this back with a couple of well-timed Macalon conversions, but sliding up air into the down air, not going to find the spike hitbox, but Meanwhile, SnessFresh just running forward, saying, I do not give a damn about your projectiles. I will run up and I will grab and I will smack you in the face until this little angel goes up to heaven. But Incine saying, I will invoke this wrath of whatever deity you may or may not believe in. Parries the first hit, the forward air, hits the second hit with the second though. Projectile. Out game coming out from Incine once again, shooting at all these clouds, potentially reading some sort of recovery option. Parries again, parries the first hit, but gets hit with the second and tries to hit SnessFresh out of the second, but of course, just a little too fast on that second hit. So Incine trying things out, not necessarily working. And you know what? Both players are at kill percent right now, even though Incine's only 66. Again, a back throw from SnessFresh can even things out. Potentially wanted the projectile to send to the cloud, but accidentally shoots the wrong way, and SnessFresh manages to land that back throw for the kill, but parries the back air, does Incine. Oh, I thought he was going to send it with the up B, but no, 171% on SnessFresh, lands the down air, tries to get a grab going, but not able to find it, 179%, sending out clouds. Ooh, reads the jump and gets the up air, 19% on SnessFresh. You know, even though percentages are even, I would dare say it is a little bit SnessFresh favored right now. Shields the aerial from Incine and gets the back throw. Oh, and the down air hits Incine. SnessFresh. This Macalon counter pick I was doubting at first, but it seems to work. Does not get the spike, mistimes it just a little bit, does not send Cupid down, manages to find the side B command grab, but does not find the spike box of it. Ooh. This time SnessFresh with the oppressive gameplay right now. It was Incine playing the projectile game, pressuring SnessFresh in the quarter, but now the tides have turned. The roles are reversed. And now it's... But it's reversed once again as Incine finds himself trying to make things work. And of course, the enhanced platforms mean it's going to be harder for Incine to send out these clouds to create these ledge guards. 50 seconds on the clock, but the percentages are so even right now. 10% separating them. Parries the down air, gets the grab, and that's Incine in the run. Uh-oh. Does not get punished for whiffing the up B. That's insane. Incine just has to run away for 30-something seconds, and he has this win. But 4% now separating them. And now it's SnessFresh's turn. He can just go up high to stall. Of course, he has to do that carefully, as Cupid can absolutely go up high. But 10% gets the huge cross up, but the back air from SnessFresh is going to seal out that game with 20 seconds on the clock. SnessFresh takes game number 3. This is the hottest set in Flashpoint history. I have no doubt. Both players looked like they had that. SnessFresh actually missing the grab, getting crossed up by Incine, but able to recover quickly to hit that back air and seal that game number 3. Incine now has to take 2 games in order to make his mark in to make it onto grand finals. Meanwhile, SnessFresh 1 game away from taking out the dominant threat to his reign, that is Incine. Meanwhile, we have Kaze and Camelanche. Camelanche up 2-1 onto Kaze right now. Meanwhile, Sodio 5 and Jumo playing out their first set back in losers quarters. But we are jumping into game number 4 here. I have a feeling we might be seeing a game 5. But that's only if Incine is able to find the answer to SnessFresh's Macalon. Starting off strong once again, but SnessFresh was able to bring it back last game, so you can't get too complacent here. Has to keep up the offense, has to keep up the aggression. Incine got the download on the land, but it seems like SnessFresh may have gotten the download with the Macalon here, parrying these shots. We're seeing so many more parries come out from both players now, getting a good read on what their opponent wants to find, wants to hit, wants to find. SnessFresh going high with that down air. Trying to make things work now. Up tilt into up air. Parries the second hit of forward this time. Got caught with a few of the forward airs last time, parrying the first thing, getting hit with the second, but this time keeping that shield out and parrying the second one and finding a nice percent conversion off it. But like I've said countless times in the past, doesn't matter how many percent you tack on. If you still have your stuff, that's all that matters. Ooh. Trying to read the high recovery, but instead Incine goes low and finds himself back into an advantage state. Try to catch a neutral get up, and instead gets caught with the get up attack, but the forward air comes out from Incine. Both players at kill percentage. Dash attack will do it. Sness going up in this all-important Game 4. Up air's coming out from Incine now. And these projectiles. Incine trying to get these projectiles, but SnessFresh content to play the stalling game, but not stalling quite enough. Incine just landing an up air, 146%, 156 after the hit, and managing to clean up that first stock as well without taking a single point of extra credit. Both players back to an even playing field. We're looking at, say, Smash 4. Smash 4 shenanigans. Ooh, a little bit of an option indecision there. Incine not pressing buttons, and SnessFresh able to put him back in disadvantage, actually landing a forward smash. Dash attack comes out from SnessFresh. But the projectile, the aggressive options on recovery for Incine, of course, Cupid's recovery is so good that he can choose to press those buttons, uses the side B to recover, and uses the up B to tack on a little extra damage as he recovers. That being said, SnessFresh still in the lead, not going for a grab, instead going for a down air. But I look away for 2 seconds, and SnessFresh manages to take that second stock and is looking on track to take this game number 4. And put himself in grand finals. Down air comes out from SnessFresh, and right now putting Incine into an unfavorable position. Tries to go for another one though. Incine charges up that huge neutral projectile that would have absolutely killed, but SnessFresh finds a way around. Using these dash attacks to good effect. Most SnessFresh will use most Macalons will use dash attack to get out of disadvantage, but SnessFresh knows how to place them to use them as for advantage, honestly. However, that one not quite working out. 156 and the side B conversion. You know what? This is still absolutely doable. Only 82% is a lot. It's definitely kill percentage range, but a huge conversion from Incine can absolutely take this to Game 5. Can he make it work, or will SnessFresh seal it out and put his spot in, make his mark in the grand finals of the very first paid Flashpoint? 2 minutes 40 left on the clock. Last stock situation. We're definitely not going to time. One player is going to lose their stock, and right now it's actually looking like SnessFresh put on the back foot here. Projectile just missing the invulnerability frame. It's lasting just long enough to get hit. Tries to go for the downer, but SnessFresh gets the tech on the stage and gets a huge back air, closing out just like Game 3. Incine was looking like he had a little bit of momentum going on, but in the end, all will fall to SnessFresh. He brings out the land, he brings out the Macalon, sometimes he brings out the Thanatos. But at the end of the day, one thing is inevitable, and that is SnessFresh in grand finals.